The US president is pushing for peace in Ukraine, but he's got other plans for West Asia. Donald Trump is preparing for an escalation, and his target are the Houthis in Yemen. The US is already bombing them, but it is also planning for something bigger. Why do I say this? Because the Indian Ocean is buzzing. American B-2 stealth bombers are in the region. They landed in Diego Garcia. It's a remote island in the Indian Ocean. It serves as a joint base for the UK and the US, and it has been a hub of intense activity of late. The first reports came from open source flight trackers. They tracked unusual movement involving at least 7 B-2 bombers. These planes took off from Missouri in the US, from the Whiteman Air Base, and they flew non-stop to Diego Garcia in Africa. And they weren't alone, these planes. They were joined by 3 C-17 cargo planes and 10 aerial refueling tankers. That's some serious aerial movement. The US has 20 B-2 bombers in total, 20 bombers. Now, 30% of that fleet is in Diego Garcia. Clearly, something big is brewing. These bombers are not for power projection. They are meant for penetrating enemy airspace and delivering heavy payloads undetected. That is their purpose. It has been done time and again. In the 2 Gulf Wars, the Iraq War, and in Afghanistan. Clearly, they've been tasked for action again, and the Houthis seem to be the target this time. But why the B-2s? Because they are well versed with the region. These are stealth bombers, and they have bombed Yemen before. The airstrikes were conducted in October last year. Trump was not in the White House then, but he is now, and Trump wants to send a message that he is serious about the Houthis and Iran.
The Houthis are absolutely on the run. The worst of them has been killed as they shoot missiles at ships, randomly shoot missiles at ships. And they make their own missiles. You know, this is not an incompetent group of people. They make their own missiles. They get the missiles also from Iran.
You may be wondering about the deployment. Why the B-2 stealth bombers in Diego Garcia? Why aren't they closer to Yemen? It's simple. It's more strategic than any American base in West Asia. The distance protects the island. Diego Garcia is more than 3,500 kilometers away from Yemen and about 4,000 kilometers from Iran. So it's safe from any retaliation. None of the Iranian or Houthi ballistic missiles can reach as far as Diego Garcia. So the Americans do not have to worry about defense. They can be in offensive mode. The B-2 stealth technology is too advanced for Houthi radars. They will remain undetected as they drop bombs, and they can return to the island safely. But the buildup at Diego Garcia is part of a broader strategy. The US is flooding West Asia with more assets. An additional aircraft carrier strike group is being deployed, the USS Carl Vinson. It has been redirected from Japan to West Asia. It will join forces with the USS Harry Truman, which is already serving an extended deployment. Then we have additional F-35 stealth fighter jets. They've also been dispatched for this region. What does all of this mean? Trump takes the threat from Iran and the Houthis very seriously. He has always seen Tehran as a threat. It goes back to his first term. He pulled out from the Iran nuclear deal in 2018. He ordered the airstrike on Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in 2020, and he put multiple sanctions on Iranian assets, including their oil. This was during the first term. Then, during his re-election campaign, Trump threatened to blow up Iran to smithereens. Now he's back in office, and he is raising the heat again. But Trump's Iran plans go through Yemen. He sees the Houthis as an extended Iranian militia. So he's taking the fight to Yemen. He declared the Houthis a foreign terrorist group. And this happened on the 22nd of January. That was Trump's second day in office as president, 22nd. He has increased military action against the Houthis since then. At least 17 US airstrikes were reported last night. Yes, 17 airstrikes in one night. And this was without the B-2 stealth bombers in the picture. They are deployed and ready now. Their presence only points to more airstrikes. So Trump clearly has a plan. He wants to weaken the Houthis by sending his most lethal planes. The action is directed towards the Houthis, but the message is for Iran. Either negotiate with Trump on his terms or prepare for a conflict.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.